Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston.
And I like his honesty because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say, that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy, but somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about is when he told us about the defense kind of corralling him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
Meanwhile, Winston's throw complete there to Johnson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Flushed out right. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Winston. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And with the playoffs ahead, this is how you build momentum because they pitched a shutout last week, and I don't care who you're playing. That's not easy to do at this level, and they're playing their best football at the right time of year.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Working out of the gun, Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He wanted that end zone. Powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting a coach take him out of the game. He's going to want the ball again, so he actually does get into the end zone, hopefully on his next carry.
From the 5, 2nd and 4. They hand this off to Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone will.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there for Miami.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Williams will score. Touchdown, Miami. No, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great compliment.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Winston. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. That last throw, Charles, is going to move him past 32,942 yards passing for his career, and that surpasses the total of the Hall of Famer and a colleague of both of ours, Troy Aikman.
Yeah, played from 1989 to 2000, and Troy Aikman, he was about winning, because remember, he had Michael Irvin to throw it to. We had Emmitt Smith to hand it to. Just imagine if he was throwing it the way they throw it around nowadays, his numbers, boy, would they be sky high.
Oh, fighting off the defender. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year. But you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run. So this game.
And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Shaun Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On the give, this is Harris. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Winston. Open man. That's the tight end, Freiermuth. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. This is Harris. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Winston now from the 50. Complete to Bryant. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. on 2nd and 9. Winston. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
1st down, Winston. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Dolphins offense returning to the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready to let.
He's got a man, complete, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go play action. Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing, Winston. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Christian Wilkins in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things.
Touchdown Dolphins. Complete at the 1. Jalen Waddle becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So not only is that his third touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the Steelers on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 9. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try to hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he will have a Steelers first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Steelers on third down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. Here it's 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Winston's throw complete to Freiermuth. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his pitch catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Looking to throw again on second down. Winston, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Winston now. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So now here come the Dolphins. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points.
It got his man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle standing alone with a new NFL record 32nd touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it?
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Mike 20, Mike 20. Let's get this ball.
And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A first down throw for Winston. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Pass incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd and 10, Winston can't get away, and he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Trying to lay one up deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 76 yards. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56.
Jameis now on 1st down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack on 1st down, Winston. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Winston on 3rd and 2. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Claypool with another catch. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Play 56, Mike.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time.
And Winston lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things going with a good one in our nation's capital. The Jets in town to take on Washington. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Ryan Tannehill has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Josh Allen.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Williams. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 22. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper at least a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, we got 3 down.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's brought down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Check, 55 the ball.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Shewo Oladolua. Touchdown number 18 on the year.
And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
You
right.
like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Winston. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
It was Raekwon Davis with the tackle.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. To throw is Winston. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So possession goes over here on the punt. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
55 rushing yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Check Mike 57, Mike 57. Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
On the give, this is their fullback. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
57's the mic, Mark 57. Get that quarterback in.
Williams. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Switch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second and 2. Here's Gaskin. Open space inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Williams will try again. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. On 1st and 10, Winston. Flush to his right, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check 55 to mine. Check 55 to mine.
Here's Winston. It's caught by Bryant. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, this This game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Hey, we got three down.
To throw, Winston. A short one there to Freiermuth. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Dolphins have got it.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Winston now after the fumble recovery.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off right around the 43. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
57, Mike, 57. Come on.
And to give this time to the tailback. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Steeler offense set to regain possession.
And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Taking it about the 36.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. Miami's offense set and ready to go.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
Second and 4.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I heard all the stories. I watched some of the tape of the old school guys, the throwback guys who were the punishing runners and knocked people aside to pick up yardage. I'm so glad I was sitting here today and got to see it with my own eyes.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Check three, check three, check three.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
Came up about a yard short, but I can't help it, Brandon. I love it when the big guy gets the football and he tries to battle his way forward. There's something about those guys carrying the ball and watching people trying to stop them. That's just great theater.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
57 the mic. 57 the mic. Ready?
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
I got you. I got you.
Now a carry here for their fullback. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Dolphins,
they finish off a perfect regular season, 17-0.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Steelers,
they lose a tough one here to close out the regular season as they finish at 12-5.
And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.